So I didn't come in here to Kedgwick intending to take a 00, but basically I decided to take 10 because I was tired, and then I found out that Quebec was more closed than I had been previously led to believe. So as you know, Quebec has been problematic due to hunting closures, but I was under the impression that I could do about 150 miles of it, basically jumping from Matapedia up to the Mantaine section, do that, grab a resupply, and then I'd be able to do the Gaspé section, which was supposed to be really pretty. All cool. Then I could even jump ahead to Ferrillion, do the last 20-some miles, end at Cap Gaspe. That plan had seemingly been blessed by holy water by the SIA Quebec. It seemed to be all good, and then I found out that the eastern part of the Gaspé section, aka the prettiest part, that was what I was really looking forward to seeing, is closed due to caribou mating. So that was a no-go. So that left me with under 100 miles of Quebec that I could do, having to do these little parts. The shuttle rides that I was going to need to get between sections were difficult and expensive, and honestly, it just wasn't worth it once I started looking at it. Jen and I talked about it, and basically the Mackaye show almost got canceled at episode 100. Looking at the options, it seemed like the only one that made sense would be to finish New Brunswick, get to Matapedia, call it there, fly home. That didn't sit real well with me for a couple of reasons. First off, I'm not really ready to go. I want to hike a little more. Also, if you remember Dennis, the trail angel from Virginia, he actually sent me a package up to Matapedia in anticipation of the Quebec section, because I was going to have to do like a longer food carry for like 6 days. So I didn't want to waste that. And also it just seemed kind of anticlimactic to end at Matapedia versus like some destination. So I basically spent all yesterday looking at options, trying to figure out if anything made sense. You know, obviously doing Quebec, no, but could I jump someplace else? And then I looked at the IAT sections that are after Quebec. Now, after Quebec, the IAT is not a continuous footpath. Basically, you know, Eastern Continental Trail, you can literally go to Key West, Florida, and you can walk all the way up to Cap Gaspe. But from that point, you have to start jumping ferries to get to different islands and things. And then once you're past Newfoundland, it starts to get really odd because you've got little itty bitty pieces in like Greenland, Iceland, places like that. So I started looking, and the next two sections are Prince Edward's Island and Nova Scotia. There is about 400 miles worth of trail there that is apparently open. I can get in with minimal COVID screening that I should be able to qualify for, and I should be able to do it with the weather. So all yesterday was just spent making frantic plans, just trying to make sure that this wasn't going to fall apart again, because I'm going to have to bus from Matapedia like 9 hours to get to Prince Edward's Island, and I really don't want to get like 7 hours in and then find out that this was a no-go. So from here, I'm going to polish off the next 50 miles of New Brunswick. That gets to Matapedia, touch Quebec, go, okay, I am done. I'm going to grab my package from Dennis, assuming it makes through customs. We have a little bit of an issue there at the moment. Then I'm going to go to Carleton, and I'm going to take a bus, which will take me down to Prince Edward's Island, at which point I will be back on a continuous footpath for the next 400 miles or so. I'm actually a little bit bummed about finishing in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia looks really cool, but Newfoundland, it gets like even more wild. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. But the chances of being able to get through the 400 miles of Newfoundland this late in the year are probably pretty slim, short of an unusual warming event. I owe a huge thanks to Bill Duffy, the main IAT coordinator, who has just gone above and beyond providing me with GPS tracks and contacts with people. I have been emailing and texting with him for like a week now. I couldn't have done this without him. Also, Cotton Eye Joe is a thru hiker who did the IAT years ago. See, when he went into Quebec, he was able to finish in October with no problems with hunting. Things have changed apparently. And he was also able to put me in touch with a lot of people up here and help me stitch this together.